welcome to the very first episode of the Tier 1 Trackside podcast. We're going to be your new go-to spot for all things Tier 1 Racing League. I'm Brett Bullard. This is my co-host, Matthew Erickson. Nobody cares about that guy. This is actually his idea that he brought to me, and we just thought it'd be a really cool idea to kind of give you all behind-the-scenes look of everything that goes with the Tier 1 Racing League and interview a couple drivers every now and then and maybe show you something that you may have missed in the broadcast or something like that, and some special moments, some rivalries that's going on.
Yeah, now this week we're going to keep it simple, kind of a bare bones kickoff. This is our first one, so bear with us, but hang in there because as we go, this show is going to get bigger and better. We're going to have more insights, more interviews, more race action, instant replays. And we're even going to bring some of the guys in and sit down to them and talk to them one-on-one during the week and see what they're thinking about and what makes them want to race and why they are racing in Tier 1. So without further ado, let's fire it up and head down Trackside.
We're going to start off with the Tier 1 rundown, just to give you a little bit of a basis if you're new to the league. We run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, with the TIT series being on Monday, the THDesigns ARCA series on Tuesdays, and the Wednesday night showdown on Wednesday nights, obviously. All three series do start practice at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have a 45-minute practice with a 2-lap or 3-lap qualifying, depending on what series you're in, along with a short warm-up, and then we get to racing. It's pretty standard. We try to keep it to where nobody gets confused as much racing as we do. But we are going to start out with the Wednesday night showdown and work our way backwards through the week. This week, they was at Volusia Speedway for the first race of the second season. Jeremy Parker ended up holding off Brent Carey, who is our previous champion from last season. We didn't have an overly big field. It's a little harder to get people to come into a custom fixed setup dirt league, but a lot of these guys are having a blast. We invite y'all to come out and give these guys a run for their money. It is sponsored by White Knuckle Setup Shop, who is providing all the setups. Brent is very kind enough to do that. Next week, they are heading to Cedar Park, I do believe.
That is correct.
And I know the guy Matt over here, he's not the biggest dirt guy, but we're trying to get him involved in it and kind of keep up with these guys, because you said you knew two of them, right? Brent and Jeremy.
And I've seen Robert's name, but yeah, I don't follow dirt enough. I think it's awesome. I've been to dirt races in real life, but driving them on iRacing, just never had any luck or any skill on it, and I've always stuck with asphalt. So I'm hoping to learn from these guys and maybe talk to some of these guys and get some pointers and maybe get involved in it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I know I'm not a dirt guy at all. I even tried to do the recruitment race we had a couple weeks ago for the season. I was just atrocious, and then ended up qualifying third somehow out of like 15, 20 people. I don't know how that happened, but I know Brent and Jeremy and all them guys, man, and Wade and all of them, they're really helpful. Like any questions you have or whatever, they'll guide you. They're not scared to share their secrets. So it's a really good league to come into if you're experienced or beginner at it, because they're very easygoing. Like I said, they want to help out as much as they can. Who do you have for your pick next week at Cedar Park?
I think I'm going to go with last week's pole sitter, Robert Overstreet. I've seen his name on the standings up there quite a bit and always seems to be running fast. So
you're going with the pole sitter that couldn't even lead a lap last week.
Well, sitting on the pole's one thing, leading the lap something else. I've been there. I've done it too. So I get it. But hey, you start up front, you're fast. You put it together. Hopefully you can be there at the end. And I think he's got a fighting chance. He finished third last week. So,
well, the other thing is too about this series is a lot of people haven't realized either is this season we're rotating between 3 different cars. Last week was the super late models. This week is the big blocks, and the following week is going to be the dirt umps. And I've only seen these guys do the late models, so I don't know who's good in a big block or a dirt ump or however, because I know they drive so differently. Some can be really good in another, and some be kind of average in the other car. But I think I'm going to go with Jeremy Parker. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard that he was one of the better big block guys, and just overhearing conversations and stuff. So I think that's who I'm going to go with this week. But I think it's going to be a very interesting race.
So you got some insight. So hopefully
Well,
Robert drives big block and he won't make a fool out of me.
yeah, we'll have to see. We'll try and keep track of these wins and kind of see who's better than who.
All right, now we're going to head over to the THDesigns ARCA series, which runs on Tuesday nights. So race recap, we had 15 drivers take the green flag for 115 laps. We had 8 different leaders, 19 lead changes, and only 5 cautions. Overall, pretty clean race. Everybody was kind of moving and shaking a little bit and trying to stay out of trouble. Everything was good until about lap 107 when we had Gary Smith and Greg Wood get into each other, and Greg got put into the wall and caused the caution. That changed the pit strategy quite a bit, bunched up the field. Then we had Zach Woods, Matt Metler, and Christopher Lunsford staying out on old tires for what turned out to be the last restart of the race. Everybody behind them pitted, either took 2 or took 4. As we took the green flag, Zach did all he could to hold everybody off, and old tires just wasn't enough to do it.
Put up a valiant effort, though.
He did. He tried. But it was for naught. He did finish 4th, but coming around and taking the checkered flag was Christopher Pendel for his first win this season, and followed by Justin Evans, Matt Erickson, myself was 3rd, followed by Zach Woods and Matt Metler, rounding out the top 5. So it was an exciting race at the end. New tires prevailed. Congratulations to Christopher on his win this week. As far as point standings go with that race, points are a little different in this series than they are in other series, and we'll explain that in trucks as well. But in the ARCA series, the points for leading a lap are 5 points instead of 1. We have 5 points for leading the most laps. You also get a bonus point for having the fastest lap, which this week was TJ Elaine, and 1 for pole, which was Eddie Baker. This stage also has only 1 halfway break or stage break. And in that stage, you win points, top 10 stage points, just like in real NASCAR. First place gets 10, all the way down to 10th place with 1 point. So those points all add up at the end. 10 race season. At the end of the season, the driver with the most overall points is the THDesigns ARCA Series champion. So point standings, as we sit right now, after 3 races, we have Greg Wood Jr. sitting in the lead with a 26-point lead over Eddie Baker, followed by Zach Woods, Gary Smith, and Justin Evans rounding up the top 5. So solid performances from all those guys. Points are very close all the way through. I mean, we go all the way down to 15th place, and there's only 68-point lead or 68-point difference from 15th place to the leader. So still early, still anybody's game, but Greg Woods got himself out there to a points lead right now and trying to build on that.
I do want to point out that I know Christopher Pendel got his win last week, but that made him jump 13 positions up to 7th in the standings, because he's only made 2 races out of the 3, which he did get a provisional for 1 of them, I do believe.
No, he did not. He did not get a provisional, but he did jump 13. So again, it just shows you how close the points are, and stage points or bonus points in general are very crucial. So, we'll keep on these every week. We'll keep updating them, show you where everybody's sitting, where your favorite driver is sitting, and we'll see how this plays out. One thing to note before we jump into the race preview for next week, due to some incidents in the race, Gary Smith was involved in a couple incidences, one with Greg Wood and one with Eddie Baker. For that reason, we do have rules in this league that if you have aggressive driving, you will be assessed some sort of penalty or other action. And so Gary Smith will be put on probation for 1 week, I believe. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 week.
Yes.
Yes, 1 week. Just to, keep things clean. And so we don't have people out there just kind of plowing through guys trying to win. So other than that, no other penalties, no other changes in points as far as this goes. So going into the race preview for next week, we are at Myrtle Beach with the ARCA cars, 150 laps at night. I can tell you honestly, I've never run the track, so I'm not too sure what to expect. But we will have the tier 1 setup shop setups in these cars ready to go. And we'll see what kind of action we can get out of Myrtle Beach. And Brett, who are you thinking for next week?
If this guy shows up, since he didn't want to show up last week, life and stuff. No, we get life gets in the way and everything, and that's why we've been implementing the provisional thing for people that are missing a race, which you only get one provisional per season. So if you miss more than one, you just out of luck. But anyways, if he shows back up this week, I think Justin Sumner is going to pull it out. He's been right there at the door every week. He's been a dominant car and just hasn't been able to finish them out. But I think being back at a short track, I think he's going to be able to finally finish one off and show these guys why he's been the most dominant car and give it a real shot at this championship for the season. But if for some reason Justin's not able to show up, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Greg Wood Jr. The dude, he's a hell of a short track racer, and he's been pretty hot recently. He's leading the points, if I'm not mistaken. He already has a win on the season. I don't see why he can't get the second one.
Yeah, both great picks. Both are always up front every week. This week I raced against him Tuesday night quite a bit in practice, and then in the race at the end. Justin Evans, I think he's new to the league this year, but
he's actually been part of the league from almost the beginning. But he
has
started
he?
out in the legend cars.
Okay,
so
okay.
He's a well-known short track racer as well.
Okay, so new to me, anyways, I guess. But no, he was really fast, really clean. He was up front. The last couple of races that he was in, so he just fell short of winning this past week. So I'm going to go with Justin Evans with the momentum for Myrtle Beach.
I don't think that's a bad pick at all. Be the Justin show if mine shows up.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good race. Looking forward to it. Hope everybody tunes in. Now moving on to the Tier 1 Truck Series League.
Hey, it's the Tits Series.
Yes. Tits. Everybody likes to say it. Tits. The Tier 1 Truck Series League or the Tits League.
Runs on Monday nights. Our commentator to say it. He's too scared. Old preacher man.
Oh, Zach.
Gotta love
All right. So going into the Truck Series, going to jump into the race recap first, and then we'll catch you up on season standings. So this week we were in Talladega, first race of the playoffs, and it was an uneventful race, 60 laps. We had 14 drivers take the green flag, and we had 10 different leaders with 18 lead changes and only 4 cautions. So a lot of racing going on. That led to a lot of different pit strategies towards the end of the race after the last stage break. We had a 4-truck breakaway after our last series of pit stops with Greg Wood Jr., who unfortunately was a lap down at this point, but he was leading the charge with his first line, followed by Justin Sumner, myself, and Caleb Collins. We were out to somewhere around a 6-7 second lead. And we were running to save fuel, and there was another group, second group, consisting of Jared Hayes, who was leading that charge with Eddie Baker and Dakota Ramsdell in their group, and they were not saving fuel, so they were moving, and their 3-truck train caught our 4-truck train with about 3 laps to go. It made for an exciting race. We kind of all got jumbled up together, and we had 7 trucks there running for the lead there with 3 laps to go. Kate took the white flag. Dakota was on the low side in the front. Justin was on the high side. Came out of turn 2. I inadvertently, I'll admit it, got into Dakota just a little bit. Sent him little down below the yellow line a little bit. I lifted so he could collect it. When you're racing these trucks, you don't see much what's going on in front of you except the tailgate of the truck in front of you. Eddie got into me, turned me sideways. I got into Justin, and basically I took out the whole field except for Dakota Ramsdell, who was able to basically coast his way all the way around and take the victory. I believe it's his first win of this season for him. So congratulations, Dakota. Sorry for everybody else who I took out, but
Yeah, that slow clap was for you wrecking the whole field.
But no, Dakota ended up winning that one. Followed Jared Hayes, ended up coming across second, followed by Caleb Collins, Justin Sumner, and I rounded out the top 5 somehow after all that. So good race by everybody.
Even after all that chaos, man, Jared and Caleb were duking it out right there to the line. Jared was behind him and kind of slingshotted him around him in the tri-oval, and it was a really cool battle to see come to the line. You would think with all that chaos that you wanted to cause, that everybody would be super spread out, but Jared and Caleb really put on a show.
Yeah, no, it was a fun race to watch, and yeah, to your point, Jared edged him out by literally 1/1000th of a second across the line, so it was close. So nice job, Jared. Their points is a little different in this one, as we talked about. This one was a 9-race regular season, and race 10, which was Talladega, was the first race of the playoffs. So we have a round of 12 for the next 3 races, or the next 2 races following Talladega. And then from the round of 12, we go to the round of 6. And in that final round, that's the championship round, 6 drivers will race 3 tracks. Driver with the most points at the end of those 3 races will become TITS champion.
That's right. TITS
champion. So looking at the schedule, next week we head to Bristol and then Kansas for the round of 12. Then the championship round consists of Phoenix, Dover, and Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So interesting schedule. A lot of good different tracks on there. It's going to be a fight to the finish. But looking at standings as we sit right now, as we mentioned with Dakota winning, he automatically moves himself in the top 6 for the championship for the final 3 races. So congratulations, Dakota. Right now we're sitting with Justin Sumner in 2nd place, followed by Eddie Baker, myself in 4th, and Jordan Barube rounding out the top 5. Greg Wood is actually tied with Jordan for 5th. Jared Hayes, Caleb Collins, Scott Milliken, Bill Sleep round out the top 10, with Dave Harrington in 11th. So that 6th place cutoff line right now is sitting between Greg Wood and Jared Hayes, and the difference is 1 point. So again, with this league having 2 stage breaks, there's 2 opportunities to get bonus points, and those bonus points mean a ton. 1 point separating that cutoff line, those stage points are going to be very crucial, which makes racing to the end of these stages a lot more exciting. So going into next week, we are racing at, like I mentioned, Bristol Motor Speedway. So anybody who's a race fan knows you're going from Talladega, the biggest track on the circuit, to Bristol, which is one of the smallest. Bristol can dish out a lot of carnage, and it can be a super fun track to race on. We are running dual pit roads at night, so that, poses a challenge for qualifying. Sometimes guys want to start in the back and work their way up, but we get enough trucks out there, and I believe it's 20 is the cutoff. If you get more than 20 trucks out there, you qualify last. You're on the backstretch pits, and it just makes it for a whole different race. But yeah, looking forward to it. Bristol's always a fun race at night. It's always one of the funnest races to watch on TV, or used to be anyways. But we'll see how it plays out. Brett, I'll go to you. Who are you thinking is your pick for this week?
I actually did a little bit of research, as in looking back at the race at Bristol last season for season 1. There was only one guy that's returned that has led a single lap there last year, and that's Eddie Baker. He ended up leading 17. He finished second last year. Last year it was kind of a battle of attrition. There was only a few people left on the lead lap, but I think he can get it done this week and show why he's one of the faster people in the league. And it's going to be real interesting because it's such a small track that any little incident that happens is really hard to avoid if it's in front of you. So he could get caught up super easily, just like anybody else can. But I think he's going to be in front of everybody and in front of all the chaos to miss it all and be there at the end to pull it out.
All right. Yeah, good pick. Eddie's always running up front, so can't go wrong with that pick. I'm going to go with Justin Sumner this week. Justin's always running up front. In fact, he's got 12 stage wins on the year, so he's up front to get the stage points. It's just he's always up front, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. He ends up getting caught up in somebody's mess or pit road incidents or something, but Justin's been coming on pretty strong. I think he's due for a win. He does have a win this season already, but it was early in the season. But with 12 stage wins, you got to get another win in there somewhere, and I think Justin's ready to do that.
I'll tell you, I have a sleeper pick that just came to my head. He's been really fast the last few weeks, and he's really improved a lot since he's joined us. And he actually just ended up yesterday signing a contract to be a house driver with the setup shop. That's Scott Milliken. He's been running in the top 5, been running up there, had chances to win, been mixing it up with people, and I really think that he might have a real good shot, if not this week, at some point this season, to finally get that win.
Yeah, that's a good pick, and it goes to show you there any week anybody can win, and that's why we race these every week. And a lot of times some of the same guys win, but a lot of times you'll get other guys up there. Hell, I won Daytona first week, and I wasn't expecting to do that. So
hell, I even won a Texas race in the ARCA series. If I can win, anybody can win.
Right. I agree with that. But no, everybody's got a shot every week, and it's always fun to see what transpires during the race. So looking forward to this week, and good luck, everybody, and see who prevails at Bristol this week.
One thing I do want to point out, it was really, really cool to see. As y'all know, I run the league with the help of Matt and Justin and Devin and some other people that's been admins in the past. But I started up the setup shop. I work full time, the racing league. A lot gets poured into it, and it gets frustrating sometimes. It gets discouraging sometimes. But the video that Dakota shared with us of his family watching the broadcast and how excited they were and everything, man, that was a jolt of like, this is why we do this. And it was really cool to see. And thank you, Dakota, for sharing that with us and getting my spirits back up. I know it brought up a lot of other people's as well. And congratulations on the win. That was a long time coming. And I just want to thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you. I was hoping they were going to say in that video that, hey, thanks to Matt, Dakota got the win because I took everybody out, but I didn't hear him say that. But no, seriously though, great video. To have people watch you every week like that and get that excited about it. I mean, I don't get that excited about watching real races on TV. So that's really a testament to people watching you. And I know a lot of people, they have family members stream into or log into the stream every week and watch it. So keep that going, keep passing the stream along. I think us drivers, we go back and watch it after the race to see what happened outside of our car and what happened in the back or in the front or wherever you were running. So it's great to have. I know leagues, a lot of people join leagues for the broadcast. You guys do a great job here with the broadcast. Commentators, Zach and Matt and Caleb all do great jobs. So definitely get that passed out and have more people watching it. And it's a blast to watch. So thanks again, Dakota, for sharing that.
And we'll attach it to this podcast. So if you haven't seen it yet, you'll be able to see it here in just a second.
Come on! Come on!
Drivers at the bottom of the playoff bubble. Now look,
Stay where you're at. Stay where you're at. Nothing stupid.
Side by side. Gonna try to get
Come on.
Can they survive through the tri-oval with no hindrances?
Huge
Huge push here from Greg Wood Jr. all over the back bumper of Justin Sumner. White flag lap is out presented by Tier 1 setup shop.
Come on.
Sumner rolling through
Make a move, boy. There we go. Get down there. Get down there. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
About his misfortune most of the season.
Come on. 2 turns to go. 2 turns to go, buddy. Keep it on. Keep it on. Come on. Back up, Sam. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This is Tier 1 Racing League.
All right, as y'all know, our whole league is sponsored by Tier 1 Setup Shop, which is this another extension of Tier 1 Racing League and Tier 1 Studio. It's all combined. But we just wanted to highlight a winner this week. It was actually a really, really big win for us, our biggest to date. Our builder that builds our Cup and Xfinity setups actually went out and won the top split Brickyard 400 event this past week. It was broadcasted on the iRacing platforms and everything, had like 12,000 viewers. And it was really big accomplishment for us. Strength of field was like 5,600 or something like that. He led like 41 laps, started 11th. Just want to congratulate Jaden, and we're really proud of you. And thank you for being a part of this. And going forward, we hope to add a lot more of these banners to our winners wall. So if y'all want to join Jaden on that winners wall as well, go to tier1setupshop.com. And if you're a new customer, you can use promo code T1SS and you will get 30% off of your first purchase. This is unfortunately excluding the subscriptions, as it's a third party away from our website. In the future, that'll be fixed. You can also go to our Discord at discord.gg/T1SS.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Tier 1 Podcast. Big thanks to everyone tuning in, whether you're part of the Dirt League, the ARCA Series, or the Tits League, or just a racing fan hanging out with us. Thanks for coming by.
And don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to Tier 1 Studio. This is where all of our podcasts are going to be, where you can find all the action for the Tits Series, not Tier 1 Truck Series, but Tits Series, the THDesigns ARCA Series, and the Wednesday Night Showdown is all on Tier 1 Studio. You can also find us on Facebook. We have a website at tier1racingleague.com. The same can be said for Tier 1 Setup Shop. We have a website, tier1setupshop.com, and you can find us on Facebook and X as well.
Until next time, keep it clean, race hard. We'll see you on the track.
Yeah, don't be like Matt and wreck the field.